Morning Hookup on KFOR.
What you know about going out, head west, red legs, TVs, all up in the headrest. Try and live it up, ride to a bigger truck, piece all glittered up, stick a kid, nigga what? Jig with a
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Thursday. Welcome into the Morning Hookup. Happy NFL Draft Day. Bill Hooks, Elijah Herbal, Caleb back in the house with us as well. Can tell what kind of day it is for you. I like your sweatshirt.
Draft day, baby.
Draft day. Draft day. A lot of people, it's like a national holiday for a lot of people. I got a text this morning from a fantasy football group that I'm in talking about, I'm going to get so drunk today watching the draft.
I don't think that's in my plans.
No, not mine. But I know a lot of people will plan around today. Maybe it's Jersey day at work or some kind of hat or apparel that you get to wear to work today. Smoking some wings, whatever you do for draft day.
I'd like to personally apologize to all of the Salt Dogs radio producers for this summer as I scheduled a meeting for tonight at 7 o'clock, right in the middle of the draft. So I do apologize for that.
Oh,
business comes first.
My God.
Business comes first, though. We got to get that knocked out. It's a long summer coming up with Salt Dogs baseball. Got to get our schedule in order. We got to get some things knocked out. I mean, the season's only a couple weeks away.
Are you prepared? It's not like a Zoom thing, right? Or like a
No, it's in person here.
Oh God. Are they can you do it somewhere where there's a TV that's playing the draft?
Well, the meeting hopefully won't take too long. If the meeting's anywhere over an hour, I've done something wrong. But in an hour with the NFL draft is what? 4 picks, 5 picks?
Yeah. So you're hopefully
especially like the early part of the draft, like the first 10 picks, it's 15 minutes per pick, which is crazy. I love the draft. That is crazy. And it's always like the pick is in after like a couple of minutes.
I'm concerned for you.
And then they're always sitting there like, oh, we're just going to continue talking about this last prospect. And they're 10 minutes before the commissioner finally comes back out.
I'm concerned for you.
So
could this be something you could have done a notes thing on, sent the notes out?
No, we got to be up in person.
You got a plan.
Yeah.
Who's doing what? You're going through the games and all that?
Going through the games, going through the pregame show plans for the year.
Okay. And you're the leader.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about Salt Dogs, by the way, because I got to ask the question because I don't know when it's going to happen, when he's back in town, but every Thursday coming up, we'll have Salt Dogs manager Brett Jody.
Looking forward to that.
He's typically Thursdays, 10 o'clock, top of the hour. We get the big dog here. They got some big time signings.
Yeah.
Woo. How about a guy that made 705 appearances in the league? Jake Diekman. Woo.
He was in the league last year. We're not talking about a guy that was in the league a while ago. He was in the show last year.
Last year. Here he is. I guess, and again, call me I not knowing enough about that name. But he pitched at Doane. Did not know, question mark. I didn't know that. I was reading his bio a little bit. I did not realize that he pitched at Doane. What a connection. He's back. Wow, that's big time.
Yeah, you got a couple former Huskers on the team as well. With Griffin Everett, his first year with the Lincoln Salt Dogs here this year.
Ooh.
And he also, I think I've told the story before, secured last summer's rec league softball championship for my team. So thank you, Griffin Everett. We appreciate that.
Might need to get him on the show so you can thank him in person.
Nah.
Now we're good.
We didn't get anything back in the trade. So
he did a camp when he was here. He did a camp, and my kid still has he was a catcher, still catches my youngest, and Griffin signed it. Tater thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Well, I appreciate him getting us a championship and then going off. We were hoping for at least some cash considerations in return with this trade over to the Salt Dogs. Got nothing back, but we're wishing Griffin good luck.
Well, you know what we'll do? We'll have to bring that up. We'll have to talk to Coach Jody about it and see what the deal is. Why we didn't get anything out of the return. Yeah. It's a great question for Coach Jody.
Cam Wynn as well, another former Husker.
Yep,
he's on the team pitching staff this year.
He played in the league a little bit, right? Did he get made to the league?
No.
Farm system?
He's up in farm system.
Like the Phillies, maybe?
Yes.
Look at that.
Yep.
I kind of know the family a little bit. They live in the area.
And they also have a guy, not a former Husker, but my favorite name. They got a 6'2" pitcher, made his Salt Dogs debut last year. He's coming back. Johnny Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. Total porn star name.
Yeah. Does he have a stash?
He does.
Let me look. I got the page up right now.
Johnny Ray, 6'2" pitcher from TCU.
I can't believe that's how quick Salt Dogs are coming up, man. That's a lot of fun, by the way.
3 weeks and 1 day away. So May 19th, I think is game 1.
Coach Jody returns. New staff. I think a couple new staff members.
Sorry, May 9th is the first game. May 16th is the home opener. There we go.
We'll be able to ask Coach about it. Drew Ward, hitting coach. Joey Greer, bench coach. I think those are 2 new guys to the staff brought in. I got to find this Johnny Ray character. Where at John? Oh,
yeah, you know.
Oh, Johnny.
That's a fan favorite right there.
He was with us. He was with us for a little bit last year, right?
Yep.
Short stint with us last year.
Yep.
Returned to Lincoln. He had a couple good innings. 2 starts. So I got 8 hitters over 7 innings with a 1.29.
He's also in the White Sox organization for I think 4 seasons. In 58 appearances, he was 7-2, 106 strikeouts over 72 innings. Like he's had good numbers everywhere he's been.
That picture though. Oh, Johnny.
Yeah. He's got a look to him. He looks like a Johnny Ray.
Nice hair, Johnny. Why don't they make these guys? These guys should wear hats in these pictures. Come on. They're doing them wrong.
That's actually a somewhat fair point. Because when are you ever going to see them on the baseball diamond without a hat on?
You're doing them wrong.
You're going to make them do their hair on picture day?
Johnny does his hair every day, by the way. I could tell. There's no doubt about it.
He gets that thing's pretty coiffed.
Oh, boy. A lot to get to. Good morning, Kobe. Kobe in the first in Ryan 840. What's up?
Johnny's hair kind of Schmitty-esque. Oh, is he listening over there?
No, but
I wish he was. It is. It is.
Schmitty can get that little.
Yeah, when he gets that little woof going.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how much time he spends on that to get it there.
Not much. I've stayed in hotel rooms with him. You'd be surprised. The man's efficient getting his hair set to go.
Seems like an efficient character.
Yeah.
Ryan 840 says golf league plus draft day equals trouble.
Golf league plus draft day equals a hangover for Ryan on Friday morning.
My goodness. Morning, Todd. It is drafted. We're going to get to the draft and all the stories behind it, all the mock drafts, all that coming up. We're going to talk, pick a brain a little bit about Husker days. Justin and I talked about Husker days yesterday. Some of the fun events. I think Coach Rule and them they're trying to drum up some excitement behind this. They put out a really cool video yesterday talking about the different events and the players who think they might be the fastest or so on down the list. We'll talk about that. The NBA is continuing to roll on. Yeah, I've got a lot. I haven't asked you. You weren't here yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You had bowling league Tuesday night. You knew I was going there.
I know.
This has hit my brain now. I got to make sure I'm on my game every Wednesday to be asking you about bowling league because it's part of who you are.
Yeah, the end of the season's coming up here. So this week was big. This week was positional week.
Oh, I was going to say it was position week, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So you went into the night in what place? Your team went in the night what place? Sixth place,
which was tough because as of a month ago we were in.
You in like the 2-3 matchup at one point.
We were in third, and we dropped like a rock pretty quickly over the last couple.
Snake in the grass come tournament time.
So we started in 6th. I need to check this actually. I think
update coming in.
We didn't have a great night on Tuesday night, but I think we maintained that spot in 6th. Allow me to check. Here's the league data. We're gonna go to the interactive dashboard. Sorry, I should have had this ready to go. I should have been ready.
You're
for
okay.
This.
You're okay. You didn't know. You know I was gonna surprise you with a little bowling talk.
Interactive standings now. 8th. We've moved down to 8th.
So position week wasn't good.
Position week was not good.
So now what is coming up? Is it now like tournament?
Pizza party.
So over.
No, not over.
Pizza party.
So on the final week, we have 2 halves of the season.
Yeah.
So if you're familiar with bowling, we had 2
first
halves.
Second half.
The winner of the first half of the season plays the winner of the second half of the season, which that's why you have the 1-2 battle position. So
those will go on for the overall championship.
The problem being this year, it was the same winner in the first half of the season and the second half of the
season.
Does
that? How do they go? Do they go to the number 2s and see what they head to head, or is it just over?
It's just over. They were just dominant this year.
Wow.
Tom and Todd washed the floor.
1-1-1 done.
Yeah.
We'll take all the prize money.
So whenever we were in third and we matched up with second, they were in second and they washed the floor with us and they jumped up into first and they haven't looked back. So they actually get to enjoy their pizza. Usually if you're in first, it's kind of like, oh, you want to win, but you're also miss out on the pizza party. You miss out on the fun because you're doing pressure bowling while everyone else is drinking beers, eating pizza. And we do 9-pin tap, which if you're unfamiliar, that means if you knock down 9 pins out of 10, you still get kind of with the strike on that last week. We could try to have some fun, high scores, pizza, beer. They actually get to enjoy that this year. So hats off to Tom and Todd.
Wow, Tom and Todd should be throwing the pizza party.
They should be.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, no, but they really just killed everybody this year. So it's the end of bowling league is staring me in the face. I don't know what I'm gonna do on my Tuesday nights anymore.
Yeah, but you guys bowl like 42 out of 52 weeks, don't you?
Yeah, we get some.
I mean, what do you get off?
The summer off is kind of nice.
Yeah. Gotta get the arm, get the wing back in shape.
No, we're getting back.
Shelf it a little bit.
No, we're getting into the gym. We're gonna come back better than ever. Just gonna be in the gym practicing my bowling stroke just with the cable machine.
That reminds me, nonstop because I'm like this. And if you've ever seen the videos or things like, how do you know a baseball player when you see a baseball player? I am the guy. My kids are. We're childish. I'm the guy that's in the grocery store. Like we imitate. Like if there's we're in the produce and we see an apple.
Yeah,
they'll grab an apple and act like they're throwing it.
You turn into.
Yeah, we're turning to. Sorry, produce. Or anything that resembles a bat. Like if you're down on the aluminum foil, all on the big one. Oh, they're picking it up. They're trying to swing the bat.
I'm
total us.
I'm a grown man. If I found something that's like generally dowel shaped or stick shaped, I am swinging that thing like a golf club in the grocery store.
I mean, for Christ's sakes, you and I carry baseballs in our car. You have a baseball in your car. You're doing pitching grips as you're.
I'm sitting at red lights.
Mine sits right in this corner of my seat. I can grab it at any time.
Mine, I have the bench sheet in the front, and it just sits right next door.
Right there,
it's right there. The glove and the ball.
Glove and the ball. You never know when it's going to break out.
You never know when you might need it.
You need to play a game of catch. You never know when you're driving down the road in the neighborhood and there's a couple kids out there. Hey, let's play catch.
So use it as a projectile. Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. Maybe that's the same thing.
Yeah, no. But I think in the gym on a cable machine, just doing my bowling stroke would be the funniest workout ever. I think I got to do it.
Phil, there's a video in your future.
I feel like there's me going viral on somebody else's TikTok. What's this loser in the gym?
I don't know how you pull it off, to set it up. Like we're working out and there's some kind of beverage right there too. It's the whole scenario. You got to have the glove on too, everything.
Or my bowling shirt.
Yeah. No, you don't need the shirt. Just go in with the shoes.
Oh, I can't get those dirty though.
I know, but somehow I'll put some cover on the bottom of them, shoes, and you're just ripping through it. So, all right, let's take a break. I'll come back. We're going to talk the draft, and yes, Todd, we're going to get to that because there's a lot of noise about the 105 and the judge. That's maybe it's not going to be the 105 this year. We'll talk about probably coming up in the second hour. But when we come back, let's start to look at this draft. There's a lot of chess being played. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more when we return. Whew, this is going to be fun. Holy draft. It's so different between. I was looking at mock drafts between a CBS Sports and looking at Field Yates and differ quite. The question mark being the quarterback. Who else we got on here hanging out? I'm excited to see what happens this year. 94 says, great golfer told me every day you touch a golf club, you get better, and every day you don't, you get worse. True story. True story. Family game. Yeah, you can't. Golf is not a sport you can just play every so often. You'll never. Kobe's all over it. Yeah, we're going to get to that. The judge did reject it yesterday, but now the NCAA is got to be involved now.
Let's go back to like walk-ons.
Get to August and
See ya. Well, I think we're here in the state of Nebraska. We're very sensitive about that with the word walk on.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that Coach Rule has been very transparent. About where he's at and where you're at. Like he has told you, and if you believe it, that he's sat down with all these kids.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that are like, here's the 105 cut. You're here. You could get here, but these down here, there's also been conversations saying, hey, it's more than likely you ain't going to make the 105.
And I think it says something that a lot of those guys have not entered the portal this year.
Yes. I feel like, do you remember back, did you guys have this, like when you tried out for high school sports?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Coach Rule, when the 105 is announced, if he just puts it on the board and he walks away from it?
That would be, oh my God.
I remember those days with like, I don't know, being a sophomore going out for baseball. Like,
counting that, you know it's the day that's getting posted.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You went to the athletic offices and it was outside the office door. You're rushing up there. Right, before he went along with the grocery store putting. Absolutely.
I guess they're bringing a golf ball to the grocery store. Could be the move. All right, we're coming back here.
Welcome back to the morning hookup, man. That got me fired up.
I'm enjoying this song.
That's just let that play in the background the entire segment. I don't care. Ryan at 40 said he went along with grocery store putting. Yeah.
This is NFL theme song trap remix. You can find anything on YouTube.
Yeah, you can. We're just talking about sports and stuff. If you're on the stream, thanks for entertaining with us. You wonder, as we're going to talk about the 105 stuff coming up, but like we just said, like, what if back in your day when you were going out for high school athletics, when the teams got posted, if that's what like Coach Rule's going to send somebody out with a printout of the 100, like of the 105 and put it on the cork board and run away. Coach Rule will be out of the office for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
The coaching staff is gone for the rest of the day.
If you have any questions, we can have conversations tomorrow.
Yeah. Here's the link to book with me online in about 5-minute meeting increments. Well, it's here. We're about, I don't know, 12 hours away, give or take, whatever the number is. NFL draft day one. Day one. What you get to this point, obviously there's a lot of people planning around this, their favorite teams. The jerseys are being worn. They're at work. You're planning on Justice yesterday. He's got a NFL draft party he put together where you're going to be at. Elijah thought it'd be great to have a meeting.
Sorry about that, guys.
Hey, work's got to get done. I'm with you. Work has got to get done.
You got to find a day that works for everybody. And today was the day that worked for everybody. So if there were any problems, I think they would have complained when I set this up 2 weeks ago.
The question being is, in the group that you got, I know you have a team. Do the rest of these individuals have teams?
I actually don't know.
Maybe they're just like, no draft.
Because
You might be the only one that
really has a team.
We're
all baseball fans. If you're in the radio broadcast of a local baseball team, you're a baseball
Is it like
fan.
Justice in that group?
No.
Okay. I didn't know which group that was.
We got some new hires. Actually, 2 new hires among the team this year. So looking forward to meeting them tonight.
You haven't met them yet?
I've talked to them on the phone.
Okay,
times.
perfect.
Just them a couple times on the phone.
So that's it. By the way, you should bring snacks. I'm just saying.
I'll bring a 6-pack.
Yeah. Here's one for each of you while we get through this, okay? NFL draft, man. Here we go. Game time. The pick is not in yet, but that's going to be a lot you're going to hear tonight as they get this thing kicked off. When you look at a lot of the mock drafts, you feel pretty comfortable about where the first 3 land, right? In this mix, I've seen some after 4, it kind of gets a little squirrely, which where you look. Cam Ward 1, Travis Hunter 2, Abdul Carter 3. That's pretty much across every mock draft that you look out there. I've seen some other stuff now in the Ashton Genty world when you look at mock draft stuff.
He's interesting because I don't.
Three different teams are. There's 3 different situations on 4 different mock drafts that I've seen.
I think he's going in the top 6. The question is just, does anyone want to trade up for him? Because if not, I think he's either going to be a Jaguar or he's going to be a Raider.
So yes, those are the 2 I've seen. I've seen a third one. Now I don't know how you predict these things because I know it's like they hear sources, they hear chatter. One CBS mock draft has a unique situation with a team that's rumored to be active, trying to get back in or move up. That's the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
There's a mock draft where they jump into number 4.
This is on Yahoo. Is that this
I have CBS Sports.
CBS Sports, because I know I saw this one last night, and I went.
Chris Trapasso has the Bears jumping in to 4 to take Genty.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see it either, but it's an interest because the Bears are going to be players somewhere. They're one of the ones that have been rumored that have been trying to talk either to the Giants or the Browns, trying to get into the top end.
And it's interesting because you look at what Ben Johnson did in Detroit, and he had the 2-headed backfield with Jahmyr Gibbs and with I think it was David Montgomery.
Montgomery, yep.
Yeah, the 2-headed kind of monster they had back there. And you look at Chicago, if you try to replicate that, Genty does fit in there. I don't think you need to give up that much draft capital. Because I look at this, I'm from a Broncos perspective. The Broncos also could probably use a running back this draft. I don't think they should be taking a running back in the first round, simply because you look at those guys that are going to be on the board in the second and the third rounds. Cam Scadaboo, Travion Henderson might be a second-round guy.
They're all players, right?
Quinshawn Judkins there as well. Caleb Johnson from Iowa. The second and the third round of running backs, I think there's a lot of value there compared to hey, I really like Genty and Omarion Hampton. I think that both those guys are really solid running backs. Do you need to use a first-round pick on a running back whenever you have that many guys sitting potentially in the second and third round that could be some dudes for you? That's, I think, the big question with the teams that are running back needy here is it's the question over the NFL of the last 10 years is how valuable is a first-round running back? Like Saquon Barkley, extremely valuable for the Eagles, but
agree.
Was he all that valuable for the Giants? You'd say yes, but he didn't take them to the playoffs or anything. Having a top-tier running back is more of a luxury than like that thing you need to rebuild your team. So are the Bears in a place where they need a top-tier running back, or do you have other needs you'd like to get knocked out first, particularly like an offensive line with the Bears? Say, let's get that in order, and then, hey, let's a third-round running back? Sure, awesome. If it doesn't work out, we can look at a top running back next year in the draft. But that's my big question with them is like, yeah, replicating the Lions offense would be great. Is that a want or a need with your football team? I say the same thing with the Broncos. When you look at a first-round running back, you go, these guys need to be head and shoulders above. I think Genty probably is. Is Omarion Hampton head and shoulders above everybody else? I don't know. Is Travion Henderson going to be a second-round guy, a first-round guy? There's some you don't really know there, but I don't know. It's a deep running back class.
All the mocks that are out there now do not have, just talking about your Broncos, do not have that situation where there's a running back being taken. It's Loveland in a couple. Then the wide receiver of Ohio State.
Abuka.
Yes, Abuka. That's where they're mocking right now. But I agree. There's so much value of running back. I don't even see a running back in the first round at this point of mock drafts.
And I know Omarion Hampton to the Broncos is a really popular pick like a week and a half ago.
Yep.
That's changed. And I wonder if there's some info floating around out there about what the Broncos want to do with this draft. We'll see. But deep running back class this year. Can say the same about I know Zabel from North Dakota State has got some first round love. He's a top tier interior offensive lineman. That's a deep interior offensive line class. So you can see him dropping for that reason as well, just because there's going to be so many second and third interior offensive line guys.
I did find a couple of CBS Sports guys that have actually, I take back what I just said. They have predicted in their mocks Travion Henderson or Hampton.
Yeah.
So be interested to see what the Broncos do in that. The biggest story is going to be where Shadur Sanders ends up being picked at or falling to.
And we had the comment yesterday from Matt Rule saying if he was the Giants, he'd take him at 3.
Ooh, how about that? Yes.
He was didn't hold back with his praise of Shadur Sanders.
No.
And he's a guy that knows him better than a lot of coaches out there because he's had to coach against him twice. Praised his toughness, praised the way he's handled his life in the spotlight, essentially saying there's no one else in the draft that's been raised from birth to be in the spotlight like Shedeur Sanders has. So praised his ability to handle all that. Thinks he can handle the New York media, praised his toughness, praised his quarterbacking ability. So Matt Rule was just very, very complimentary of what Shedeur Sanders had to say, telling this all to Pete Thamel yesterday.
Adversely on that situation was the NFL unnamed assistant coach that talked about it was the worst formal interview I've ever been in my life. He's so entitled. He takes unnecessary sacks. He never plays on time. Boy, that was body language. You wonder how much that is circulating right now for him. But for all intents and purposes, whatever you look at, it looks like if it goes as planned, which we know these drafts don't go as planned, it sounds like that popular landing spot is at 21.
I
don't see him going there. I don't see him going that far.
He's going to be top 10. I don't overthink it, especially the last week before the draft. You never know what is real and what is smoke with teams trying to get the draft to go in whatever order they'd like it to go. You throw some things out there, play some mind games with other teams. You never know what's real.
I kind of wonder if that was a Pittsburgh assistant that said it.
Hope he drops.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's what I'm saying here is you always have to it's like 10 to 14 days before the draft. It starts getting silly with the teams throwing smoke out there, just trying to play mind games with other teams, using the media. You never know what's going to happen until teams are on the clock. I just find it hard to believe that Shedeur Sanders would fall outside the top 10.
There you go. Let me throw some odds out there, too, as you look at the mock draft. I just brought them up because it's an interesting deal. Let's look at Shedeur Sanders. Here's the betting odds in the draft right now. Shedeur Sanders is the over-under of 21.5.
Wow.
They put you in the mixer there, didn't they?
Under.
The unders are coming in at minus 135. A guy that we talked about for there, Loveland. What did the Broncos pick at?
20.
All right. Here you go. How about this? What do you think his under number is?
19.5.
14.5. Guess where the money's going?
Probably under.
Yeah. Minus 225.
He's been a late riser here.
Hampton, he's at that 19.5 number. Heavy overs.
Well, the Broncos at 20. I don't see him going before the Broncos. I don't even think the Broncos take him. We'll see, though. If the Broncos take Omarion Hampton, not to discredit him, I'd be a little bit disappointed just because of the talent you have in the second and third round of the running backs, as I said.
It tells you a lot about the running back room. They've got total number of running backs taken in the first round. The number is set at 2.5. Unders is coming in at minus 200.
Mm-hmm.
Tells you a lot about that draft. Or coming up.
What do you got for Tyler Warren?
Let's go. Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren, I bet he's...
Whoa, this is a big number, boys. What do you think his number set at?
9.5.
It is. Dead on 9.5.
Makes sense for me.
Money is going...
Under.
Overs.
Okay.
Minus 180 on the overs for Tyler Warren.
If he's available at 10 for the Bears... a Ben Johnson offense with Tyler Warren, that would be so fun. I know they have Cole Kmet already, but you could use Tyler Warren in so many different ways.
That'd be a better pick than Ashton Genty in my eyes.
He is picked. Field Yates has him mocked at 14 to the Colts.
The Athletics mock draft, which is Dane Brugler, he has them going at 10 to the Bears.
10 to the Bears. Let's see on CBS.
And they have the Colts at 14 taking Colson Loveland.
One of these has 11 for Tyler Warren. The other one has 14 on CBS to the Colts still. He's an interesting one. Let's see. I'll give you a few more here as we're looking at this. We're going to talk a lot of the draft. Do we give Genty already?
Well, do we think Genty makes it? I think 6 is the last place.
Yeah, it's his over. By the way, here's the deal: his over under is 9.5.
A lot of love on the under.
Minus 925.
Yeah,
that tells you all you need to know. Hampton, we talked about. Abuka is one of those two. By the way, here's his number. See what you get on this one. I think this is an easy bet. By the way, it's a lot of juice, but it's 29.5.
Probably is the love on the over?
No,
it's on the under.
Minus 295 on the under.
I think that where Ibuka goes completely depends on McMillan. I've seen him in mock drafts anywhere from like 8 to 20. He's been all over the place. Where he goes probably determines where the rest of the wide receivers go. Because there's some interesting other first-round guys. Because you have Luther Burden from Missouri, probably a first-round guy. You also have Golden from Texas, he's a really interesting one.
He is mocked at, let's see, his number, Matthew Golden, correct?
Yes.
He's a tweener, like what you just mentioned. He's interesting because his over-under number's 17.5. And just like a lot of boxing matches, it is a split decision, both coming off at minus 115.
He's a burner. That's what he is.
Both coming off.
But for a first-round guy, he's a bit of a slot specialist, like undersized, but really, really good speed.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to ever be a do-it-all wide receiver for you, I don't think. But he can be a dominant slot player. Like, I don't think he's going to turn into Tyreek Hill with the completeness of Tyreek Hill's game. Maybe Deshaun Jackson's a better comp, like where he's a bit of a specialist, but he can fly. I'd be curious to see where he ends up.
They've got him. Field Yates has him slotted at 16 to the Cardinals. With that one, and then the other side, let's see where they've got him slotted over here. Where'd he go? Some of these got like trades built into it. Come on, how do you know? 16 to I've seen Cardinals 3 times now.
Is there an over-under for how many total trades we get in round 1 tonight?
I don't have that one. Not on this site that I'm on. They kind of gave me the highlighted, the big guys, all the question marks.
Let's see if I can find some props here.
I feel like this draft is going to be weird with trades. Like, there's a lot of teams that could try and move up and do something.
It's like who's that team's going to make it really weird and uncomfortable for people.
Well, I'm wondering if it's not Pittsburgh, is there going to be a team that trades up in the 20s to get a guy like Jackson Dart? That's where I see him go. He's probably going to be a mid to late 20s guy. He's been a riser late in this draft process. Is there a team outside the first round that's going to want to trade up and say, you know what, that could be our guy of the future? Go take him. Does Pittsburgh take him? Or if Shedeur falls, what does that do with Jackson Dart? I'm trying to find something about the
yeah, I was one. I'm looking there too for trade stuff.
You can bet on the position of Mr. Irrelevant come Saturday. Plus 320 on a defensive lineman or edge rusher, plus 450 on an offensive lineman, plus 500 on a wide receiver, plus 600 on a corner, plus 700 on a quarterback, plus 850 on a running back. No kickers or punters on the board for this one.
What?
Oh, no, there it is. Kicker, punter, long snapper, plus 1,500.
There it is. Yeah, I can't find anything on trades, but I feel like that somebody's going to make it weird. Somebody's going to make it weird. Browns, Giants, are they going to maybe take some bait and get back of the draft or just hold steady?
Let's reset quickly here. A conversation we had last week. When you look at the first round teams, really all the teams in the draft, who do you think can make a run based on what they do in the draft this year? Like, they have a good draft, they can make a run in a Super Bowl.
I'm going to stick where I was last time. The Bengals.
That's a good answer.
I'm going to stick where it's got to be the Bengals for me, for looking at that. I mean, there's other teams, but I foresee a window of opportunity with what they have offensively to true up the defense or find some kind of playmaker on that side just to slow it down just a little bit. Because there's going to be a little window here for Burrow, Higgins, Chase, and that group to be special in a pretty tough division. So I think it's that team. They got to make it right.
Another interesting one. I'm not sure if we talked about them last week or not. Washington, the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
You got your quarterback, which really frees you up in the draft to go out and get some other positions. How do you feel about Zach Ertz? Do you want an upgrade at the tight end position?
Mm-hmm.
Do they look to trade up for Colston Loveland?
Yep.
Could be interesting. I look at the Texans.
They got to find a way. Listen, they stripped CJ Stroud of all his protection.
Yep.
Yeah. You got better on one side, but man, my goodness. You might as well just put the three. I mean, but you could play line.
Yeah, you can reform an offensive line though through the draft. So that'll be interesting to see.
I think one team that you talked about that's really interesting.
Chargers?
No, the Niners.
Oh yeah.
You talked a lot about the Niners and what they're doing and you'll learn a lot about who they are and what they want to be in this draft.
Mm-hmm. Because they kind of stripped their team down a little bit. They kept their big pieces with Brock Purdy, George Kittle, and McCaffrey. Their defense kind of got a little bit stripped down. Do they reform defensively? Do they do a reform offensively? Because what wide receivers does Brock Purdy have to throw the ball to right now? I don't know. They could be an interesting one, but I also look at the Chargers as being a team with what they put together last year. I think they could make a run towards the AFC West crown. It's impossible. It feels like over the past decade with the Chiefs there to go make a run at the AFC West crown, but you have 3 competent quarterbacks. Justin Herbert, awesome. Bo Nix had a good rookie season. Can those teams make the necessary steps to make a run at the Chiefs, who have just been absolutely dominant, but you also feel like they might be a little vulnerable?
Mm-hmm.
You got that big Patrick Mahomes contract.
The Chiefs,
a little less money to go around.
Well, the Chiefs are interesting to me. And again, obviously it's a local feeling type team. What did they do in this draft? Nick Gregoth, who we all know is a huge Chiefs fan, is adamant because I think this has been a position that's been, I don't know, a question mark for them I think it's running back for them. What do they do? Do they make that jump and get a running back?
Are they a potential Amarian Hampton or Trayvon?
Because offensively, you would say they got every piece they still need, right? They just have not been very good at running back. They haven't found the answer of not a stud, somebody solid enough to be in that offense. You know, because they made the jump a few years ago to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kareem Hunt. I mean, Pacheco, you thought for a little bit.
Their defense feels like it's set. I think they have you can go get some guys for sure, but I think you have a defense that you feel confident in. Most of the guys returning. The D-line's salty. Nick Bolton, I like at the linebacker spot.
He's so good at linebacker.
You have some good corners. This athletic mock draft has them taking offensive line, going Josh Connerly, Oregon. Oregon
because they lost what? Who was their lineman? I can't remember his name.
Smith?
Tooney?
No. Oh, Joe Tooney?
Joe Tooney, yeah. He moved on, right?
Did he?
I thought he moved on. Maybe they're trying to.
Yeah, Joe Tooney is with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I think he moved on. Yeah, I thought he moved on. Maybe they're trying to fill that, but I just think that's from an offensive side because on that side, we talked about this before. You feel like you have an aging, not offense, but Travis Kelce did not look very interested in the Super Bowl. But you have Noah Gray.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's the position you kind of look at. I don't know.
Which is there? I mean, I think Colston Loveland has a bit of a Travis Kelce feel to him, but he's not going to be there by the time you're picking at 31. And I don't think the Chiefs are going to be in the business of trading up. They've been making Super Bowl runs without trading up.
Greg, good morning, Greg. Greg said, I think the Chiefs need to find some new refs as they lost their top 3. Well said. Bless you. Well said. Randy 40 said he feels like the Bills are a few good defensive players from the ship.
I don't know about that. From a championship? Let's see how Ben Johnson works out first. Did you see enough from Caleb Williams last year to think he's a... I said some stupid things about the Bears last off. The Bills? I said the Bears.
I said Bills.
I was like, I don't think...
No, not the Bears. The Bears are going to be up and coming. Give it a minute. Pump the brakes on them. But I like what they're doing.
See, I'm over here sneezing in this other room.
The Bills. The Bills are a few defensive guys
I think I was allergic to that talk about the Chiefs.
Yeah, it gets your skin crawling. I know it does.
I thought you said Bears.
I know it gets your skin crawling.
Bills are always. I mean, they've been for about 4 years now, a couple moves away from a Super Bowl run, but they just can't get over that hump.
So
the Patrick Mahomes boogeyman.
Boy, it's special. But a lot more talk coming up. If you have questions, throw it out there. Ryan 840 thought we should do a mock draft in the second hour.
God, I'm not sure how good of radio that would make. Our idiots just trying to pick this.
We're already boring enough. So, all right, let's take a break. Come back. We'll talk some Huskers. I want to get thoughts. We got Husker Days coming. It looks like the weather's going to be nice enough for it. And Coach Rule, they're putting out as much content and video as they can to get some motivation and people interested in going to see these guys eat some wings. So let's take a break and come back and talk a whole lot of Huskers. Here we go.
How about those Celtics last night without Jason Tatum?
They
Still
still rolled.
Tatum out for.
Who knows? They didn't really say much, and Joe Mazzulla is a psychopath, so he doesn't really disclose any information.
Kind of a psychopath is an understatement.
I was sending messages to my group chat of some of the quotes he said. Well, he said one last night when Kristaps got hit in the face or whatever. He said, "I like watching him bleed on the court. I think that's important."
I think that's important. That's a good. Jamarcus Lawrence headed to town today.
Today?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
He tweeted out and said headed to Lincoln.
It feels pretty early, doesn't it?
And he tweeted out 49 minutes ago, on my way to Lincoln now. Nebraska men's basketball just posted a little retweet with Jamarcus Lawrence. That'd be a question. I would ask that. Like, what the impact of, like, because we talk about football recruiting during spring game week, but it's also times where all other sports can bring people in and piggyback off that. Like basketball guys coming into town and all that. I need to get that.
All right, we're coming back.
We're coming
home.
Hand records on my demo. Did y'all boys not get the memo? I do not stay at the Intercontinental. And anything I
Welcome back in the morning, Hookup. Happy draft day. Kenny Click, what's up, my friend? Thanks for hanging out. Good buddy, man. I haven't seen him and heard from him in a long time.
I decided on putting that NFL draft sound at the beginning of every rejoin.
That's all it should be. There's so many different ones in there.
That's one of the best little jingles, the NFL draft jingle.
Well, it's one of those, it's so identifiable. Like, you just know what it means. Just know what it means. Do you think they've had a lot of cool draft spots? I mean, obviously, the Green Bay, but it's like, it's Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they were like Vegas and Radio City Music Hall, and now we're going to Green Bay. Kansas City.
Radio City Music Halls where the draft should be every year.
Mm-hmm.
I understand getting out and getting more people a chance, and you get some of these cool outdoor venues. It doesn't feel like the draft, though. Radio City Music Hall's got that aura to it.
Do we know where it's at in Green Bay? That's not a very big community.
I assume it's in the little Titletown area, right? I guess I don't know.
I don't know. Which let's look. It's an interesting take. I just thought about, like, we're going to Green Bay. Didn't know there was enough hotel space in Green Bay.
The primary location for the event is around Lambeau Field in the Titletown district. Yeah, so called it.
So they just put a bunch of tents up.
I assume they got the one big stage. I'm checking Green Bay's news sites.
Got some We got a visual for us. Not like the Vegas days when they were like driving up on boats.
Your detailed map of 2025 NFL draft activities from Fox 11 in Green Bay. There's the Bud Light stage.
$22 Bud Lights.
That was from Marlo. Marlo used to work at Channel 8 here in town.
Hey,
how about that? From my days going on to cops briefings. Miss those days. It was a lot of fun.
Hashtag liar.
No, I went
you like the briefings?
Yeah, I used to go down 3 days a week back when I was in school.
I don't know if you really enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it, actually. It was so much fun. That was a good time. Yeah. Looks like there's kind of right outside the stadium, Titletown District. They got a big old stage and tent area set up.
All right. I read something that said it could bring almost like up to $100 million to Green Bay. The draft over the days it's going to be there.
You ever been to Lambeau?
Nope.
I haven't either. My roommates have. And they just talked about how it's like very strange going to Lambeau because it is just in a neighborhood.
Yeah, it's
like you're just driving through some neighborhood and then boom, there's Lambeau Field.
That's a lot. So that feeling would be, we talked about this, about like going to away games and things like that. That is the big house. Ann Arbor, Michigan. You're in a neighborhood. It is the most weird situation. Like you literally are neighborhood. Like there's a lot of parties going on outside. We're parked in like a high school or middle school parking lot over here. And there's just like this 100,000 plus seat stadiums right there. I don't know what's got built first.
I've heard the same about the old Ryan Field, Evanston, Chicago.
Oh yeah,
where Northwestern played. Where you're just driving through some neighborhood and it's like, oh, there's Ryan Field, but it's less impressive because it's not the big house.
Yeah, it's way less impressive. It's way less.
I've heard it described as like a high school stadium, a big high school stadium just in a neighborhood.
It's way less impressive because we make that trip every year, every other year.
Their new stadium's pretty though.
The
new one that they're building, that one's gonna be.
It's the one thing out there that, and again, we're gonna talk customer, but that Northwestern deal, there's people don't realize how much money that's in there.
Bit of a shame that that stadium was built on the back of Coach Fitzgerald, what he was doing out there, and then he gets canned.
Yeah, see ya.
Which I still think there might be some hard feelings there just because of the way that ended. I mean, even within the team and some of your passionate football fans compared to the athletic department. So, I mean that he built that program with his bare hands, and he's the one who got that stadium built. Oh yeah, the success that he had.
I mean, passionate football fans are Northwestern though. Burns me up every time I think about it.
Yeah, not many.
That we get beat and people are looking for their seats in the third quarter. Doesn't sit well.
All 20 Northwestern fans?
Doesn't sit well. You get asked to move because we moved down like 10 rows because we moved down. It's like, sir, I think that's my seat. We just got here. It's not anymore.
Ma'am, I believe it's the third quarter.
I believe it's the third quarter. And it was like middle of the third quarter. It wasn't even like they got there like at halftime.
You lost the rights at the end of the first quarter. If you're not in your seats by the end of the first quarter, those are no longer your seats.
Husker Day's coming up. Weather looks to be good. It's changed low 67 weather. Sunny coming up. They're putting a lot of videos out about this. They've announced some of the stuff. I think some of the fun stuff that's going to happen. They've got a big red kickoff, a specialist competition. Is that good or bad? Did you get to see your kickers kick? Maybe it doesn't go well. I don't know.
As long as there's no long snap.
I don't know.
We also have from Heinrich Harburg roping competition.
Yeah, Coach Cook, just wanted to say, I know you think that you're a cowboy. The boys from Kearney, there's a term for that, but I'll just simplify it. It's called a California cowboy, which is what I think you are. You're going to go down on Saturday.
So that's going to be at, I think, like the halftime of the scrimmage of sorts.
We talked about that yesterday. I'm assuming it's just like this bull thing that's being pulled by a tractor.
Well, did you see?
I want real livestock.
Did you see there was a calf that was at Husker softball practice, and there's a lot of questions like, "Oh, is that?"
Oh, I want lives. I want it. I just want no injuries, please. No injuries.
Elijah Judy did post a video of him practicing his roping.
Yeah, I saw that
on Twitter.
All right, fast. We're gonna come back talk more about this because I got questions for you, especially in some of these events. Some of the guys that raised their hand, fastest man, fastest D-line, fastest O-line.
The wing eating contest.
Yeah, buddy, that's what I'm talking about. So, all right, let's take a Take a little break here. We'll come back. We'll talk Huskers, NBA, the 105, and all this stuff. We'll see you in a minute.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio. And from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Johns Hopkins University has found that just mild hearing loss doubles your risk of dementia, so hearing loss isn't something to ignore.
But hearing aids are so expensive and ugly.
Not anymore. Meet Audien Hearing. You can get nearly invisible hearing aids without a prescription starting at $98 a pair, and they're ready to use right out of the box. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, and with over 1 million customers, Audien is easy to trust. Visit audienhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Hey, get in.
What? Who are you?
I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. An overnight barrage of drone and missile strikes on Ukraine's capital leaves at least 12 people dead and more than 80 wounded. The attack, the deadliest on Kyiv since last summer. It comes as Ukraine rejects a U.S. proposed peace deal. ABC Chief Global Affairs Correspondent Martha Raddatz with more on the terms.
Demanding Zelensky accept a U.S. proposed peace deal that heavily favors Russia. prohibiting NATO membership for Ukraine and forcing Ukraine to surrender territory Russia seized since its 2022 invasion and Crimea. Zelensky said, there's nothing to talk about. It is our territory, the territory of the Ukrainian people.
The president lashing out at Zelensky for not taking the deal, then Russia's Vladimir Putin for the overnight strikes. The president writing on social media, Vladimir, stop. President Trump's insistence of U.S. officials meeting with their Chinese counterparts on a trade deal. China disputing that, however, and says ABC's Mary Bruce at the White House.
In another sign that the White House may be backing off of these tariffs, sources tell us that the administration is now considering possible exemptions for some tariffs on Chinese auto parts, but the White House says that no final decision has been made.
Southwest and Alaska Airlines, as well as PepsiCo, all lowering earnings projections for the year because of slower demand and uncertainty over tariffs. The International Monetary Fund lowering this year's global economic forecast for the same reason. A 19-year-old is in custody for allegedly starting a fire in Ocean County, New Jersey that forced thousands of people to flee their homes.
What we're hearing from fire crews is still a very active firefight and will likely continue for several days until they can get some soaking rain. For a time, this led to the evacuation of 3,000 people. Those evacuation orders have since been lifted, but we know that this wildfire destroyed a storage building for a business, and there are still some ongoing hotspots.
This is ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Maxed out cards, rent is due. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
Maybe we should go to 27cash.com.
With our bad credit,
27cash.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000, and cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
When you need extra cash, go to 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
A constitutional amendment has been pulled. Good morning. I'm Jeff Motes. We're at 62 degrees at KFOR. State senators Wednesday held second-round discussions about a proposed constitutional amendment for voters to decide in 2026 that would help pave the way for online mobile sports betting. LR20CA from Lincoln Senator Elliot Bostar would let voters to decide whether or not that they should legalize online and app-based sports gambling, which for now is only legal when bets are placed in person at casino sports books. There was opposition to the proposal Wednesday. Bellevue Senator Rick Holcroft read part of a letter on behalf of gambling opponents.
Online sports betting can lead to new people developing gambling disorders, puts young men in the addiction bullseye, and will take money away from Main Street Nebraska businesses.
Lincoln Senator Jason Prokop, though, said that there are Nebraskans that do go to border states that allow that type of gambling, and it's allowing money to leave the state.
We're losing millions of dollars in taxpayer money. And as Nebraskans participate in the market, we get saddled with all the negative implications anyway.
However, Bostar pulled it from the legislature Wednesday afternoon. It became clear a Republican-led filibuster. It will keep the measure alive, though, and allow lawmakers to resume second-round debate on it next year. Because of dry conditions and a planned burn that's out of control in northern Nebraska, Governor Jim Pillen Wednesday announced that he has issued a statewide burn ban through the end of the month. This comes after the Nebraska National Guard mobilized 29 soldiers and airmen to help local volunteer fire departments fight the Plum Creek fire in Brown County. Governor Pillen authorized the mobilization too. The Plum Creek fire near Johnstown has been going since Monday. It's burned an estimated 6,600 acres of land. The cause of the fire has been attributed to that permitted burn that got out of control. Lincoln's first forecast, showers and thunderstorms still possible as we go through the day today, and a high around 69. Right now, 62 in Lincoln. I'm Jeff Motes, KFOR News.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up. Oscar!
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains April 25th through the 28th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back to the Morning Hookup. That doesn't get old. I've already had multiple texts during the break about draft. Where do you want to meet up? Where do you want to hang out at? That's what we got. That's what we got to do.
Yeah, a local establishment near my house has some new beers on tap.
Oh!
And I got a meeting here. I'm looking at these new beers on tap, and I'm like, oh.
Just on tap?
On tap.
So I was going to say, you should go find that beer and bring it in for the people that you're bringing in.
I'm not sure, actually. I think there's a couple people under 21.
Well, then don't do that.
I'm actually not sure. That wasn't the first question that came up. Hey, when was your birthday?
You can't ask that question.
It's a little weird.
No, you can ID check. It's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a fun day.
I think we'll keep it professional with the meeting.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
Or else we're going to get to...
Don't let this child influence you.
We're going to get to, like, July. We were looking at the schedule. What were we thinking back in April? Well, we were 6 beers deep.
Yeah. Who decided to do that?
I scheduled myself on 6 consecutive games in July. I'm not even going to be in town.
Yeah, I'm not even here. Oh, that's good stuff. Boy, Husker Dad, I want to ask you a few more on this. They got a lot of fun stuff. I was just talking to Caleb about this during our break there. I like the engagement pieces that they're really trying to do. And actually, we're going to get some football, right? We're going to get some guys out there popping some pads a little bit, throwing the ball around a little bit. I know they're trying to really engage this thing. They got obviously got the Big Red Kickoff, Specialist Competition, Husker Hands, Agility, and Skill Showdown. Okay, those are fun. Strongest Man. What is the media challenge?
It sounds like it's going to be media members
Tell
being asked to do football activities such as catching punts.
More.
Media members.
Do we know who these are yet?
I believe.
Do you have a list?
Mitch Sherman confirmed it to us on Tuesday that he would be one of those members, despite how unwilling he was. I don't know who else. I'm not sure if this is going to be 3 media members or this is just going to be they're going to walk up to the press box during the spring game and say, all right, who's in?
Give me Robin Washington for 500, please.
What do you think Robin would be good at? Which football activity?
Let me ask him. Actually, he was one of the ones that we're texting with a little bit. Let's see here.
Because catching a punt's hard, especially from a college punter. Because we had this conversation on Tuesday, Bill. I'm sure you're familiar. Like whenever there's that pop up straight in the air to the catcher, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yep.
You have to tell the catcher that it takes a banana shape.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? Up in the air, it goes up and it kind of turns over.
Get your back. Let the basket your back.
Yeah. So you understand what I'm talking about
Yep.
here.
Mm-hmm.
When the ball has the spin on it, it moves around and you have to be prepared for that.
Listen,
a punt, it's got like that boomerang shape in the air where it turns over the way it's spinning.
Yes.
And if it's a first time out there, you're going to be 5 yards. Assuming it's a right-footed punter, you're going to be 5 yards by the time this thing starts coming down.
I don't think people realize how difficult this is. I will tell you, I had an experience. My best friend from high school punted at Oregon State. So in the 96 to 2000 range. He played for Coach Riley, by the way, originally. Then he ended up playing for Dennis Erickson.
Oh.
But he was in town, and we got a chance. I got him on the field. I'm like, I think I can catch these. D1 punter. Good. He was a good punter. He played in the Fiesta Bowl, the Oregon State team that beat Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl. I had zero chance.
No.
You get so like...
If you've caught a punt, like if you did it back in practice during your high school days, it's not the same.
No.
Catching a punt from a college punter is not the same as catching one from a high school punter. And hey, if you were an outfielder back in the day and you caught fly balls, also different because it's got that kind of boomerang shape to it. It's hard to pick up. It flies differently than a baseball. Good luck. We did back in the day, back in the college football or the high school football days, they'd send the linemen out there to go catch punts to determine how many sprints we were going to run after practice. One of those like, hey, we're gonna put the pressure on the offensive lineman here. A, have a little bit of fun, but B, it's like that the whole team's rallying around the offensive lineman to go catch a punt, which they shouldn't be doing. I caught the punts. That being said, I would not bet on myself against the college
coming
punter.
down with that hard tip. Wow. Robin Watch it said, no one has any idea yet.
Okay.
And I said, you have to be in it. Hands down. Winner goes, not much competition there. I just want to know what the skills are going to be. If it's a punt,
I want to see Robin.
I just want to see, like, I'm not going to name names at all. I just want to see some of them run like a 10-yard out. Get like just somebody throwing a dot in that hand.
Yeah, can you catch a fastball from Dylan Raiola?
I don't know.
Good luck.
He's typing back. So you got media challenge going on. Quarterback shootout. There's going to be a little quarterback skills competition going on.
You remember what they used to do with the Pro Bowl? You think it's going to be like that?
I think so.
Are they going to have those targets out there that are moving around the field? Give me that long ball challenge. Who throws the furthest football?
Yep.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Watch said he's guessing there's like catching a punt, maybe running the 40.
Oh, Lord.
We're going to ask Dane if he's going to have extra medical staff on Saturday. Fastest man. Light up the tote board.
I'd be curious to see that.
Barney. I think it's like it's at every position. I watched the video that they put out this morning. Coach Rule was talking about fastest lineman, fastest skill guy, fastest defensive lineman. It's going to be a different set of competition.
You know how you get me to the spring game? You let me bet on this. You give me odds down on the field.
Here's my.
Let me bet on who the fastest man is going to be.
I'm going to ask this question because halftime the roping competition. Harburg already told you we're built different in Kearney. What kind of cowboy did he call Coach Cook?
California
cowboy. Wow. And then they're gonna end this thing. Or I think it's maybe I don't know when, but they're gonna eat some wings.
And Emmett Johnson was asked on Tuesday if he's going to be in the wing eating contest. He explained why he's not.
Now, I would be in the wing eating contest, but all the old linemen wanted to be in it, so I should let him do that. Rocco was sounding pretty confident. I mean, if he's out there, I'm pretty sure he'd be good at it.
Boy, that's pretty funny. They in the video, if you get a chance to watch, it's pretty cool about how they started engaging in this, and they talked about the wing eating contest, and a lot of hands went there. And apparently, Coach Braden was like, "Yeah,
put me in,
put me in." Put me in. I got no chance. Don't know. It's a skill that it's gonna. That's one of those, like, I think in an eating contest, you think about the biggest dudes. Sometimes it's that little small 5'10" linebacker that comes and gets you.
The sneaky one.
Yeah.
How many wings do you think you could eat in a wing eating contest? I assume this is gonna be time limited, so you got to be quick.
Man, I'm a weird eater, but like, how many minutes? 2 minutes?
I don't know.
2 minutes.
I don't know if it's 2. I don't know what the time is.
I've tried taking down the Blazing Wings challenge.
That's hot. See, that's hot.
I got close.
Did you?
Man.
I got close because that's 12 wings in 10 minutes. You got to take down
10 minutes.
12. You got to go quick with it.
Yeah. Well, it's like eating the flats is a skill.
Yeah,
you can get it quick.
Break it and something you can like learn how to like push the meat to the bottom and go.
I'm big on popping the smaller bone out.
Yes.
Pop the smaller bone out completely, and then you should have the one bone you can eat around. Elite. That being said, I think I made it through 9 out of the 12 wings in the Blazing Challenge, and the time limit was the one that got me. I could push through any of the pain, which there was pain. There was pain. Pain abounded. I could push through. It was the time limit that got me, though. It was weird. Like, I started getting like tunnel vision, and my skin started tingling.
Isn't part of that too? You can't have something to drink.
Yeah, nothing to drink, nothing to dip the wings in. It's just you and the wings, and you gotta eat quick.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that I would not do that again.
No.
I'm usually pretty decent with spicy food. Those wings,
no.
Not to say that they're the hottest things I've ever had, but whenever you have to knock out 12 of them as quick as you do, the pain it's
real.
compounding.
It's real.
Compounding. It's worse and worse.
You say you can't dip them either?
Can't dip them either.
No.
Okay.
It's straight fire.
I need ranch with my wings. I don't care what flavor it is. So yeah,
Blue cheese.
I'm a ranch guy as well.
Blue cheese.
I prefer ranch with my wings. I wanted to get my name on the wall though. So I gave it a good go. When I'm telling you, like my skin was tingling.
No, it hurts. I think there's a level of spicy. Like I don't get into challenges and stuff, but like I'm a foodie of sense. Like I like spicy stuff, but I want it to taste good spicy.
Sure.
There's a level that dips to the other side.
Like I love a good
where it doesn't taste very good.
I won't name the restaurant in town, but you'll know which one I'm talking about. The lamb vindaloo at a local Indian spot. Super spicy. Love it.
But can you taste it?
You can taste the spice, but you can taste the flavor.
Yeah.
The Buffalo Wild Wings blazing wings are hot just to be hot.
It don't taste anything.
No. And I heard,
except your insides like disintegrating.
My stomach hurt the rest of the night. I had to umpire baseball the next day.
Oh, what? You were still hurting.
It was high school fall ball the next day. Oh, that I have never had a worse experience umpiring.
Yuck.
Never.
Here's my thing. I hope they can figure this out. Obviously, is the engagement piece. Like, where are they doing the wing eating contest at? Is it midfield?
Right.
You're going to watch this from like, I hope this works. I really do. Because this is where we're going to be for a while now, right? The spring game is done. It's over. The traditional part of it. It's what the engagement looks like. How they're going to be able to, and I don't know how many people are going to be in there and all that stuff, but if you're sitting there, like, am I watching a wing eating contest on the big screen?
With the super close-ups.
Yeah. Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want this to be engaging. I think it's gonna be a difficult deal to manage from that side. Now, fastest man stuff, they better say, oh, now up, boom, time, boom. They better announce those names and stuff. Should be fun.
Do you have any care level for the scrimmage for the guys that are outside the 105?
Sorry, no. That's harsh to me to say, probably, but I don't. I brought this up. Was it you and I talking about like how many? I think some of these kids are fighting for. Like Coach Rule said that some of these guys are going to play meaningful snaps this year. So you're going to get some of those guys. But how many years in a row have we had a spring game MVP hit the radar screen to like fool the fan base to why don't we see them in the fall? Right? I think it's good for what it's going to be good for is to see the big lights come on, right? The bright lights come on. Like in the quarterback spot, TJ, can get back there, spinning around against the defense, things like that. But I don't have that much engagement on it. It's going to tell the coaching staff more than it's going to tell us. Because when we go to spring games, who the hell am I to go down there and look and critique a spring game practice? So many fans do. But for us, like, we also need something to talk about. So it's going to give us some of that.
And what's interesting with the Saturday spring game was it was going to be a chance for guys outside the 105, get some tape out there, give one last look to the coaching staff, like one last argument. This is why I deserve to be on the 105. If not, here's some film for some other teams. But then you get the news yesterday, that $2.8 billion antitrust lawsuit with the NCAA. The judge overseeing that, Judge Claudia Wilkin, is throwing a big wrench in. Telling the antitrust lawyers to redo the part of the proposed settlement involving roster limits in the 105, saying we need some grandfathering in here. We can't quickly just throw this all in. She gave the sides 14 days to contact their mediator and return to the bargaining table with a reworked roster limits.
Man, did you see that number? Did you see the number? They finally put a number out there. Maybe it's the first number I've seen. Did you see what the number was if they did the hard cut? 5,000 athletes without spots on rosters across 43 sponsored sports.
So essentially, the judges told those people the 105 is not going to happen. Go back, rework it, find something else. Which, whether that's going to be, we'll slowly add this in where if you have a spot in a roster now, you can keep it, but we're going to have to put limits on classes, or I'm not sure how it's going to work, but they're going to have to rework that over the next 14 days, which is interesting because the portal is going to close before that 14 days is up. Which leaves some athletes in limbo in terms of, well, am I going to be grandfathered in here? Am I going to be guaranteed my spot or am I not?
It's an interesting spot. But this landscape wouldn't be where it's at without a judge doing that at the time they do it. Because it's in that weird spot also because the conversations have already been had. You've already started, like, schools are starting to make their movement now. They've had to make those hard decisions already by telling kids. Or maybe it's a new number. I don't know.
Maybe 120.
120.
Essentially, she is saying that
number 105 ain't working.
The argument being made by the lawyers here is that the amount of money that athletes will receive via the revenue sharing will offset the few athletes per roster that are harmed by this and are going to have their roster spot cut. She's rejected that completely, saying essentially, no, that's still unfair to the people that you're cutting off. You got to find something for them. So we'll see. 14 days. We're going to be in limbo.
What's that date?
Athletes going to be in limbo. Coaches are going to be in limbo. It's from yesterday. So we're talking May 8th. Is that right?
7?
May 7th?
May 7th.
May 7th. So by May 7th, after the portal window closes.
That's when I turn my sprinklers back on. Check my calendar.
We'll have
7th.
Hopefully something closer to a
closer.
resolution.
I think we'll be closer. That'll be about where we're at. Man, so interesting.
If I know anything about the legal and court process, this will just go out as long as it possibly can.
Yeah. Kobe says catching a punt is easy.
Okay, Kobe. love the confidence.
That ain't easy, man. I tried it. I got so like staring up into like the sky of, inside Memorial Stadium, which made it even worse.
And not to mention, you get the unique wind conditions that are on the field at Memorial Stadium, which is very real. Combine that with you have to track the ball in the air, you have to judge the wind, you have
dexterity
to judge
on your feet,
judge the flight of the ball, dexterity on your feet, and then on top of all of that, you have to catch a rock falling out of the sky.
Yeah, rock falling out of the sky, and be moving forward, maybe to make all that together.
I want to see one media. If they do this, I want to see the media member that has the confidence to throw up the fair catch. Fair catch. Bring yourself a roster spot.
Oh man, good stuff. All right, let's take another break. Come back, talk about NBA playoffs. There's some series that, like we thought, they're going to be closing here soon. Let's talk about that and a whole lot more when we return.
Hook your mom up with 2,000.
That's good. Greg busted the old Will action. Will's, have you heard the high hurdle situation?
No.
Will, whole challenge and blah, blah. He's like claiming that he can totally run the high hurdle race. And Greg just said, according to Will Wilson, so are the high hurdles. Easy.
Yeah, no chance. I need to think of a song here. What's going to sound good with the NFL draft music?
Let me think. Let's think of a good one. Nope. I already got that one. That was done. I come up with the same ones.
I think I got one. I think.
you find one? Yeah, I knew you did.
Coming back here.
Top.
Hey, Monster on the beat, Debo, any rap. He a free throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro. Nella new to the cross.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Just doesn't get old, man. Happy day one draft. Good stuff. NBA moved along last night. Caleb's Celtics got it done, minus Jason Tatum.
Big game.
Big game last night. A lot of people had it flipping the other way, but Brown stepped up 36-10 last night.
Which was huge for him. I mean, for me as a fan, when Tatum got hurt in 2022, there were a lot of questions from the fan base of the Celtics. You know, is Jaylen Brown the guy? There were a lot of talks of, should we trade him in the offseason? And I've always been a guy that's been, behind Jaylen's back. That was big for him, 36, 10, and 5 to come out and do that without Tatum. I think it put a lot of it killed a lot of that doubt from people that were like, thinking the worst of him, and he stepped up in a big way.
Feels like you stole one with your stars sitting last night as well. Gave him some. I don't know if it's one of those things. It's like I don't think they stole the game. Magic in this situation, just a bad matchup for the Celtics. They're way better. And the Celtics probably knew what they got. Having that luxury to rest the guy like Jason Tatum in the first round.
People say it's the Magic. You can take a night off.
Yeah, it's a Magic.
It's Banchero and Wagner out there, and that's
about it.
Pretty much it.
On the second game, Cavs take a commanding 2-0, 121-112. Similar situation. Cavs just better than the Heat right now. Heroes having a really good series, and that's about it for them. Mitchell last night really good, 36-6. That moves to 2-0. Series did get tied up last night. Boy, this is going to be a series now. Warriors fall. It's a second game now. Warriors have failed to score 100 points in the series. 109-94. Green last night, 38-4-6. Curry had 20.
Yeah, the Rockets felt like they were in firm control of that game throughout. From about the first quarter on, you knew how that game was going to go. The only question mark was, can Steph Curry go on a heater and get the Warriors back in this game? He never did. Rockets tie it up. Are we prepared to say? Well, as you look around the NBA, I think that's a series that could go 6 or 7. Wouldn't be surprised to see it go 7. Lakers T-Wolves, I could see be a deep 6-7 game series as well. Nuggets Clippers might be another. I mean, there could be a decent amount of 7-game series in this first round here.
Hey,
that western side.
Yeah.
Really
well, now going back to the Warriors a minute, the question mark for them is going to be they're holding their collective breath today with the MRI that Jimmy Butler's having. Right? He went hard fall last night. Looked to be
kind of got undercut.
They have an MRI today to see what his status is going forward. We didn't even go back to say the Warrior and Kristaps Porzingis last night.
My gosh,
what a Warrior!
Bleeding out on the court.
Jim was gonna love to see that.
Tonight, series will continue for there's 3 tonight. I think one comes to a close. No, these are 7 games, aren't they? I wish these 7.
Yeah.
I wish they were 5. Knicks Pistons interested. Boy, Pistons first. When's the last time they hosted a playoff game in Detroit?
Like 05 probably.
That place will be on fire coming up. They are currently it's about even +1 Pistons right now.
Let's check this.
And when's the last time they hosted?
That's it. That's the spread.
The Pistons hosted in the 2018-2019 playoffs, but they did not win a game. They were swept by the Bucks in the first round.
Okay, they host tonight for the first time since. And 1 point, they're getting one right now. Series next the 8:30 game tonight. Thunder and the Grizzlies. They return back to the Forum, FedEx Forum tonight. Spread's only 10. 10.
I'll take the
I'll lay the 10.
Yeah. What's the line for Nuggets Clippers?
Nuggets Clippers. Is there something going on? I was reading something about the this is on NBA TV. TNT, I guess, did not pick this one up. They picked up the Thunder Grizzlies game tonight. Interesting play on TNT's part.
Yep. Very interesting.
Nuggets at Clippers. Clippers 5-point favorites going into tonight.
Okay. Feels about right. Clippers are the home team. They stole home court with that win over the Nuggets.
Yeah.
So if they just hold serve at home, they win this series. Feels about right to me. The Nuggets have one of the better home court advantages in the NBA because of the altitude. You lose that. What does that mean for the Nuggets? We'll see. The Nuggets need to go get one of these next two.
That Clippers team is, to me, it looks like to be pretty dangerous right now out west. With as healthy as they've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi playing the way Kawhi's been playing. That's the greatness that we've been that we'd hope to see in a player like him. Been really stinking good.
And the big question with him always is, I don't think he's got the health in his knees to go full 82 games and make it through the postseason. So the question with him is always the load management. Can he turn it on in the postseason? Oh boy, did he have himself a game on Monday night.
We talked about that one, how he was just getting the spots, that mid-range game, just stop, pop, pull up, and knock it down. Wow. They're scary.
Nuggets got to turn around. Jokic can't shoulder the load every single game. Who's going to be that other guy to step up? It really hasn't been Jamal Murray so far this postseason. Michael Porter Jr. had 15 and 15, but he was, a non-factor in game one. The Nuggets don't win this series if it's Nikola Jokic putting the team on his back. So you got to figure out who that guy to step up is going to be. And as of right now, I say this as a Nuggets fan, I don't know who it's going to be.
I see Michael Porter Jr. as questionable as well.
Ooh, he'll play.
Probably.
He exited the end of the last game with something like an AC joint strain, which I've had that before. If they get him on the right painkillers, he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah. I feel like at this point in the season, anybody on the floor is questionable. Being through the seasons they've been through. I'm intrigued that TNT didn't pick this up.
That is really weird.
I was reading some stuff about like out in Denver. It's like you got to watch it on Altitude TV or something.
Hey, Altitude's great. That's one of the better local broadcasts in the NBA. So I'm going to try to find that stream if I can. But yeah, it's the worst thing for me, rather than it be on TNT, is it's another 9:00 start. So I'm going to be dead tomorrow morning. Awesome.
I'll probably be asleep by halftime.
Well, tomorrow it's a nice day because it's Friday, and and we're full strength tomorrow, so we'll be able to pick you up.
Thank you, I appreciate that. As a fan of a city, because Denver sports teams are just my sports teams, that tends to play their playoff games in the West Coast. This time of year is just always brutal because the Avalanche game last night didn't get done until dang near midnight. The Nuggets game tonight probably won't get done until 11:30. Just gotta get used to it. It's terrible though. This is expected. The Nuggets never get the early time slot. It always goes to the East Coast teams this early in the postseason. So got to adapt. Got to keep it moving. Just a couple weeks.
You got this.
I got this.
You're built for it.
I don't know about that.
You are built for it. You need some wins in your life right now. You need to win. You got your Nuggets going. Your Avs are going. You got a lot going on right now. Your Broncos are about to make a selection tonight.
I feel the best about the Broncos. The Avalanche worried me last. They got the first goal and they
who are they playing again?
The Dallas Stars.
Oh, that's you and Dixon.
Yeah, they kind of without being too harsh, they scored that first goal and they kind of took their foot off the gas pedal. Locked in defensively, and then you give up a goal and it goes to overtime. And you had a couple chances in overtime, but
playoff hockey's intense.
The momentum was not with the Avalanche last night. They got out physicaled.
Playoff hockey's intense.
I love playoff hockey.
That's one that if I've got nothing else, and again, not to disrespect the sport, but if I'm flipping through it, if I'm picking the night between an NBA game and a playoff hockey game, I'm flipping on the hockey.
Which their ratings are actually down this year.
What?
Almost 20%, almost 20% from what the first round was doing last year, which I think is probably because there's
that timing.
I think it's because there's some intriguing first round NBA matchups. Lakers Timberwolves is an intriguing one. Nuggets Clippers is intriguing.
Let's be real.
Warriors Rockets is intriguing.
Let's be real. The Lakers and in those teams, having those teams in there, like let's say the Lakers, let's just talk about them because they're like, I would compare it to like Nebraska football. When Nebraska football is good and doing stuff, it's really intriguing. When the Lakers are in the playoffs with an actual chance, ratings are up. And that matchup they got with Ant-Man and those guys raised the level.
That's it.
And you get Nuggets and Clippers with you get ratings.
Look at the brands. The Warriors are a massive brand. The Knicks are a really huge brand. The Lakers are a giant brand. Even the Clippers, I mean, they're in LA. They're a big market team.
Mm-hmm.
They're a brand. The Pistons are back in the postseason, and they don't have the biggest fan base because of how the things have gone. But I think people are still going to turn on the TV because Pistons Knicks is like that reminds you of basketball in the '80s. So there's just I think more intriguing first round matchups on the first side of the NBA. First round of the NBA on the NBA side of things. I think more people, your casual fans, are going to flip on the NBA before they flip on the NHL. But we'll see how the rest of the postseason goes.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's take another break. Come back. We'll do a bunch of stories that we missed. Boy, there was a player in the MLB last night that needed a hit more than anybody I've ever seen need a hit. Talk about that and a whole lot more when we return.
Jock Peterson.
Yeah, buddy. That was a. I'm going to come back. The Janowski just signed. The Nick Janowski, freshman, Nebraska, transferred out. It blows my mind.
Where did he sign with?
I'm going to tell you in a minute. Don't look it up. The situation became better. How that became better. Packers can't be that good there. God, that's so crazy. Don't get it. We're going to talk. That's so intriguing. Wow.
They had another good song. I think. Gotta find some stories that we missed. It's 2 hours. We don't miss much anymore.
No. That's when you start digging into things like just random topics. That's what I like about it. Hey, we found a new show. My wife and I always have shows we watch together. We found them. Like, we go through them. One we just got finished the first. Matlock.
Okay, yeah. I'm familiar.
That's a pretty good one.
You watching Severance at all?
Not yet.
Severance is a good one.
We just started watching. All right, so we were big on Suits. You ever seen Suits?
My sister told me I should watch that.
Watch Suits.
We're coming back here.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. A few moments left. You guys having a great Thursday. Thanks for hanging out with us. We went to break just a minute ago. I said we're going to bring this up. Like, this is the portal stuff that drives me nuts. I try to figure out what information, where they're landing at. All right. Nick Janowski goes in the portal, hangs out, got to go. He signed at St. Thomas. Tell me more.
It's close
That's
to
a
home.
downgrade, right?
It's close to home, though.
Close to home, but it's a downgrade, right?
Is
it like a surefire, I'm going to go start and get my shots up situation, it seems like?
I assume so, but you just made a straight trade for Kindle Blue. Kindle Blue to Nick Janowski. I mean, if you're Nebraska, do you take that?
Yeah.
I think so. You wish him luck. I think he can be good there. And the big positive for him is he's still technically, I mean, he's a redshirt freshman, so he's still in his freshman year. You can go play for a couple years, that being his goal, and then you transfer back up to somewhere bigger. It's what we've talked about, where would you rather be a guy who develops for 2 years on the bench, a la Sam Hoiberg and Cale Jacobson, where you develop for a couple of years, don't see the floor much, and then you find yourself a role after a couple of years of sitting? Or would you rather develop through playing at a smaller school and then get a look back up at a Power 4 league 2 years from now, after, as opposed to sitting for 2 years, you've played for 2 years?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's kind of the question you have to ask yourself. And if you're Janowski, I don't blame a guy that wants to go play basketball to find a spot where he can go play basketball while he develops.
Yes.
So
it just seems like oh man. Well, there you go. Nick Janowski on the move.
We were talking also during the break about new shows.
New shows. Yeah, new shows. So my wife and I circulate the shows. That's kind of it's our hangout time. Kids go to bed. We got through 14 seasons of Blue Bloods. That was a really good show we watched with Tom Selleck, and
my grandma loves that show.
Well, it was great. I like anything with cop stuff, cop and lawyer stuff. I'm in. We just got the first season of Matlock done. Cute. Suits. Everybody out there, if you haven't watched Suits, I think it's on Netflix right now. Go watch Suits. It's a great show.
I watched the first season.
Great show. Great
first season too.
We plucked on Suits LA last night to start it. Check the box. We're in. Check the box. We're in for Suits LA.
We were talking to you. Haven't caught on the Severance wave just yet?
No, I'm writing it down. I've got
Ben Stiller produced and he directs some of the episodes as well, which you hear Ben Stiller and you go, oh, what's he gonna? It's a really well-made show. Are you familiar with the concept of the show?
No, not at all.
So
tell me more, because I need to be intrigued here.
It's a bit of a dystopian future where one company has invented a procedure where you sever the part of your brain so it severs your working memories from your personal life memories. So you go to work and you do not remember your personal life. You are just a working robot. And then whenever you leave work,
you turn it off.
All your working memories stay at work, and now you're in your personal life. So your personal life does not remember what you've done at work. Your work life does not remember your personal life. The goal of the procedure being, at least how they sell it, is you can be more productive at work without remembering your personal life, and your personal life is not impacted by your work life. The side of that, though, is what are they asking you to do at work whenever you don't remember what you're doing?
Yeah. See, that sucks. I don't think I'd be in. We talked too much what we do right here.
Well, you have to have the personal life experience.
Yeah.
But if you're working some desk job,
yeah,
that just bores you to death for 8 hours.
I don't think I'm in. I'm going to watch it. I'm intrigued by watching it.
It's a bit dystopian for a reason.
You know, I'm also intrigued to watch coming up. You know, I love the golf world. This week, the Zurich just started. Team golf. It's pretty fun to watch. These guys pair up. They do a foursomes thing. They do a 4-ball.
Is it every other shot?
Every other round. So today's a 4-ball, foursome. Okay. So you play your own ball, best score, low score.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, you go to alternate shot.
Alternate shot that's an interesting form of team golf.
The biggest thing that everybody's in this typically doesn't happen when you win a big time major, as in Roy McIlroy. They usually take a lot of time off. But him and Shane Lowry are on the golf course. Roy put a thing out there. Shane Lowry, his comment was, if after the Masters, if he doesn't win, there's a good chance that we don't play. If he wins it, there's no way in heck he plays. Roy McIlroy said, no, we're playing because in the spirit of the game, the defending champion needs to show back up. They're on the golf course right now. 7 up. They're at 5 under par through 10, tie for 7th right now on the golf course. So Roy made the commitment to go back out and defend the title. And if they win, there'll be more karaoke. If you remember, if you saw it last year, Can't Stop Believing was the song with a few beers in the hand as they won the tournament last year.
I want to see this, and it'll never happen. We talk about pace of play. With the team golf, get me a speed round where you get a certain amount of points or shaved off your score based on how quickly you can go. Like where you hit your tee shot and the next guy's already waiting down in the fairway. He's ready to go.
And put them on those Segway things. Those Segway, you've seen those Segway golf cart things?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The personal ones.
Put them in. No caddy.
No, Caddy, I'm with that, but I
Play
like the
man.
idea. Hey, the guy who's taking the second shot, he is waiting down on the fairway for you.
Oh,
to
yeah,
go.
he's got his iron where he thinks you're going to hit it from.
Yep.
All right, I think he's going to get to here, be like a 7-iron. Boom.
Hey, if you get this round or this hole done in under, you have to say like a time limit on. Like, hey, if you get this hole done in under 4 minutes, you get one shot shaved off your score.
Cam Davis and Adam Sevenson right now, 8 under through 10. They set the pace right now for this. It's a lot of fun to watch. If you get a chance to watch some golf, just seeing the camaraderie and how these guys play together and how they're paired together and all that, it's just a lot of fun. And the fact that they've sold more tickets than they've ever sold because where McIlroy is making a return to defend the title.
Good for him.
That's a really good gesture. If they'd have finished second last year, there ain't no way they'd be there.
Another story that we missed, Hooksy, which we'll get into, I'm sure, tomorrow. The Lincoln Stars have their second round opponent. I guess third round opponent because they got the first round bye. And they're going to be hosting in Lincoln both Friday night and Saturday night as they play in the conference final, still going for that Clark Cup. The Stars' opponent will be the Waterloo Blackhawks. Is that right?
I don't know.
Waterloo.
Mark?
Yeah, Waterloo Blackhawks. So 7:05 puck drop on Friday, 6:05 puck drop on Saturday. It's again another best of 5 here as the Lincoln Stars try to secure themselves another Clark Cup. So we knew they made it through. As of last night, 2 nights ago, we got the opponent, and we didn't get to talk about that yesterday. So good for the Lincoln Stars.
Let's go. I'm going to reach out and see if we can't get Craig.
On the other side, it's Muskegon and Dubuque.
So this is the semis?
This is the conference finals.
Okay.
And then the Clark Cup finals, which are also another best of 5, will be the following weekend.
Let's go.
So best of 5, starting to get 3
tickets.
Tickets are on sale now. I don't have tickets yet. I'll be, I think maybe circling Saturday night.
Okay.
We'll see though.
Because you got umpiring gigs too, don't you?
Not this weekend. This weekend
you could make it work.
I
could you?
should be umpiring, but
you could make it work.
Our Saturday show schedule really impacts a lot of things, so I do apologize to the umping association. They needed me this weekend, and I couldn't step up to the plate, so sorry about that.
Do you do high school or youth?
A little bit of both. It's a big youth weekend, so that's where they wanted me. I'm usually a high school guy, though.
It's a big youth weekend, especially down at Sand Hills and the rounding. I mean, tournaments and all that stuff.
I think it's Prodigy this weekend. Waverly's got a tournament. Crete's got a tournament. There's
we are not tournament weekend, but
yeah. So, unfortunately, I apologize to all the folks out there that need an umpire. I am busy with my day job.
Jock Peterson got a much needed hit last night. 0 for 41.
Woo! He's looking a little big this year. Is that just me?
He's gotten bigger every
He left the
year.
Braves and done.
Got that good food out in LA.
Braves won a series. I can't wait to talk to Justice about that tomorrow. Beat his Cardinals 2-1. But the Braves did get not so great news. Spencer Strider landed back on as he was prepping up to come back. It's not his arm. About a strained hamstring. Jeez.
Hammy can be a
one
long-term injury as well. You can keep on tweaking that thing.
So he's got a strained hamstring. Dodgers didn't get good news either out in the baseball world. Blake Snell, they had to shut him down while rehabbing with shoulder inflammation. So a little bit of stuff happening there in Dodgerland with their starting pitching.
You heard the bad news for the Rockies today? No, you didn't hear it? They have a game today. That's the bad news.
Well done.
110 against the Royals. The Rockies are at 4-18. It's going to be 4-19 here in about 3 hours. I have zero confidence in that team. They're not good. Their hitters are atrocious. Their pitching staff might be worse. It's bad all around for the Rockies. So unfortunately, they do play today. Good for the Royals, though. Get yourself back on track. They got to win Tuesday afternoon. They're going to probably get another win today, and we'll see if they can get the sweep tomorrow.
Boy, things are looking up, aren't they?
Hey, I'm just hoping the Rockies get less than 50 wins because maybe that'll be the final push of like, oh, the Rockies do need to sell the team and they do need a new manager and they do need a complete.
They are not currently, by the way,
rebuild their farm system. Everything about the Rockies is bad right now.
They are not currently the leader in the clubhouse, and it's early for the prediction for to win the least amount of games.
Still the White Sox.
Oh yeah, they have dipped down to 48.9. 48 games, maybe 49. Rockies still holding steady at 51, maybe 52.
The The White Sox played 2 more games. They're at 5-19. The Rockies are at 4-18. So either way, it's atrocious. I can't believe it. 4-18 is wild.
With a differential of minus 52.
Yeah. I don't plan on making it out to Coors Field for a game this year, though.
No,
I'm sure it's still a great time. That's the problem.
No,
that's
what
the
you
problem
do
with the
is-
Rockies is they still sell tickets because
Yeah.
the people that go to those games don't care if the Rockies win or not.
We talked about this. Go to Coors Field, but you got to catch a really good series.
You go to either catch the other team that's playing, or you go just because tickets are cheap at Coors Field. You can go out there, have a couple beers, enjoy your Saturday night.
Why not? Things are looking up.
That's the problem. Is things
They
won't
got
change.
the terrace out there.
Things won't change because the fans in Denver don't care if you're winning or not. And if you keep selling tickets, what's the reason to get better?
We got the terrace up there. Good beers.
The home run deck.
Home run
up there.
deck.
The Silver
Yeah.
Bullet Bar.
There you go. See, I mean, there's things to do.
I was actually out there as of 2 days ago. It was a year ago. 2 days ago, I was out there drinking beers on that home run porch. Great time. Told you that, Caleb. It's $2 beers before first pitch. So if you're there watching batting practice before first pitch, you get $2 Coors beers. It's the best.
Get a little buzz before the game goes.
A little buzz. You get a big buzz. You're watching the Rockies. You better have 4.
Yeah, this is a sprint before first pitch.
I think I watched the Mariners beat the Rockies like 11-2 last year. I didn't even care. It's 0 cares. Had a great hot dog. Had a lot of beers. It was awesome.
That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. Especially in Denver. It's not about the wins. It's about the friends you make along the way.
And I guess in some sad news as well, Hall of Famer Steve Mongo McMichael passed away after a long battle with ALS. Lou Gehrig's, as we know it as a long battle. Hall of Famer last year, I believe, got inducted in the Hall of Fame. Very well documented struggles he had, but rest in peace. 67. Tomorrow, full strength, my man. Dr. Dane Todd will be back in the house. Well, a lot of hockey talk tomorrow with Doc.
One more. This is a late breaking story that we missed. In the recruiting world, Trey Taylor has announced that he will make one last trip back to Lincoln for the spring activities this weekend before he makes his commitment next week. What does that mean? Well, it means good things for Nebraska.
I think it does.
A couple days before you announce your commitment, you're coming back to Nebraska, check things out. Yeah, I know what that means.
Absolutely does.
Trey Taylor, welcome.
Yeah. Tell me he committed without telling me he committed.
Yep. That is the
That's
ultimate
big time.
silent commit. So Trey Taylor is going to be in town this weekend, which I assume strikes me more of a guy who's made a decision that's like, I'm going to do some pure recruiting while I'm out there. Hey, I'm making my announcement next week. It's going to be Nebraska. I want you to be with me.
That's always one of the big questions I've asked about Brian Munson. We can talk about him again next Tuesday as well. Is which visit's the most important? When you get him like early on, somewhere in the middle, or if you end with them?
As Greg Smith has said before, which he used to come on our show in the afternoons, he's doing big time kind of regional things now.
Mhm.
The most important visit is the one you bring your mom on. If mom's coming with you, that's the most important visit. I'll always take
That's
note
a
of
hell
that.
of a take.
Yeah, always take note of that. Is mom on the visit? Oh, that's a big visit.
Mom on the visit. Welcome to Nebraska, Trey Taylor.
I don't want to make assumptions there, but I'm going to make assumptions there. I know what that means. A last minute trip to Nebraska right before you make your trip or before your commitment. Oh, and not to mention there's a lot of other recruits on campus.
Yeah, it says hope to engage with some fans this weekend.
All right, quickly before we get out, we only have about 90 seconds left here, guys. Make your pick. Who gets Shedeur Sanders tonight?
Steelers, 21.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Give me Giants at 3. Wow. That's my bold take.
You know, the surprise could be. I think the surprise player in this, if it's not there, I don't know. That Pittsburgh feels right. The surprise could be was what the Saints might do
At 9.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
They said that I've read something about they're going to get clarification on Card's injury soon. Feels like they have to make a move, or can they wait to the back end?
That could be another Shedeur team. I don't think Shedeur drops out of the top 10. I think he goes to the Giants. I don't think it's bold to say he is not going to make it to pick 11.
Yeah, I think he's the wild card.
I think if he starts dropping like that, somebody will find a way to make a deal at that back end of the top 10 to get there and get Shedeur, make sure he doesn't get to the Steelers.
Also, encourage if you get a chance today, you love the draft, go watch Draft Day as well. Great movie to kick your draft day off with.
Is Shador showing up to his teammates' birthday parties?
Oh, boy. Kobe says, welcome home, Trey. Absolutely. Boy, you guys have been awesome today. Thanks for hanging out with us. From Caleb, from Elijah, from myself. Tomorrow, it's a Fullback Friday, full strength Fullback Friday. A lot of hockey talk, Husker talk. Moats will be in the house hanging out with us. Have a lot of fun, man. You guys enjoy your Thursdays. Take care of yourself. We'll catch you on a Friday.